Hello everyone, today I'll be showing off Mesa, the Warframe that specializes in taking shots. Unlike boring ass Warframes, Rhino, Mesa actually gets to play the game, kill a lot of shit, while also being unkillable. Something a lot of you guys will appreciate. After learning a few new tricks with Mesa, I decided to show her off today in Elite Onslaught, and let's just jump right into the build. As you can tell by the loadout name for this Warframe, I didn't used to have such a good opinion of her, because I invested so much forma for almost no reward, especially in Elite Onslaught where I actually care to play and try. So recently a few changes helped me really improve my build, so let's just jump into it. As always, corrosive projection, why the fuck not? Mesa's Waltz actually can be put in the Exio slot. I couldn't fucking believe this when I learned it, and that's why I finally decided to give it a shot. Like, holy fuck, this is so awesome. I think this should be for every Warframe. Like, you should be able to put their special mods into this slot, because this slot is pretty much worthless. It's a waste of platinum, it's a waste of forma when you have to put it for just such small margins of a reward. And I like this so much that you can put this for Mesa here, it's so awesome. Now let's move on to the important mods. Just a few of these are actually important, so let's start with the obvious. Streamline, you can't not use it, it's for her 4 primarily. Primed Continuity for her defenses and her 4. Vitality in case you need to panic survive some sort of burst. Primed Flow because her energy pool is absolutely garbage even with the primed flow. I haven't maxed mine obviously. And I'm not using Quick Thinking because I don't want my energy to go down for any fucking reason. Now, Transient Fortitude is a pretty awesome boost to ability strength without losing too much duration. And Narrow-Minded because range isn't that important to Mesa, but I obviously put at least one stretch in to kind of fix this. Because duration is pretty important, but you don't want to go below a certain range point because it starts affecting your 4. The mod you can actually swap out, or is optional so to speak, is the Constitution. I've seen people run things like the Efficiency mod, let's say Efficiency. I've seen people run Fleeting Expertise instead of Constitution, or even more range to fix your the range you disarm opponents at. So instead of Constitution, you could run the second efficiency mod, you could run extra range, you could run whatever the fuck you want, it's pretty optional. Arcanes are garbage because I still haven't farmed add-ons enough, and that's about it for Mesa's main build. In terms of weaponry, you don't even need a primary weapon, who gives a fuck. Sinoid Gamma Core for those pesky fucking nullifiers. When they start fucking with your damage output, turn the 4 off and fuck their lives up. Here the mods I'm using, pretty basic as fuck. Don't look at this ribbon, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, straight up you could have no mods on this weapon, it will still do what it needs to do. They're not important, this is just what I'm running right now. Atarax for obvious reasons, because fuck it, why not put an Atarax in? If you don't have a Zoe, Atarax is the next best option for any Warframe. Obvious mods, as usual. And finally we get to the interesting part, and that's going to be Mesa's regulators. Now, I don't have primed Pistol Gambit or Target Cracker, so my damage is going to be a bit lower, but I'm still running Corrosive. I still have Anemic Agility, because her 4 has no ammunition, so it infinitely shoots, meaning the more fire rate you have, the more damage you're going to do. That minus 15% damage feels like nothing, so this mod is really good with Mesa, but if you don't have it, you can still run a Gunslinger. It's basically the same thing, like, fuck it, you're not even going to lose the 15% damage if you care about that. You could also put in a Heated Charge, anything you want, you can do whatever you want with this mod. Hornet Strike obviously, Barrow Diffusion obviously, Lethal Torrent obviously. I really feel like Mesa is such a basic Warframe to build. She has one straightforward build, and it's basically centered around having your 2, basically disarm every opponent in range, having her 3, basically make yourself a Rhino, and her 4 for all the damage in the world. And what makes her 4 actually viable in Elite Onslaught is the special Exios mod. You put Mesa's Waltz. Without this mod, Mesa is just a fucking bot that anchors herself and can't shoot at half the stuff because they're hidden behind walls. But with this mod, Mesa is actually viable. And now let's jump right into the gameplay and find that out for ourselves. Fuck absolutely everything about this map. Whoever designed this map should go in a fire. The only good thing about having to play this shit is that it's only zone 1, so let's get it out of the fucking way and play the actual game after. From the frying pan and into the fire, welcome to one of the largest fucking maps, where enemies are scarce and you can't fight anything because nothing shows up. Patting is awful on this map. It's very not fun to play, especially if you want to use a melee weapon. Thankfully, all I need is a little bit of energy with Mesa and I can start shooting heads off. But still, there are almost no enemies on the map. As you can tell, there are also nullifiers, which makes it extremely annoying because the Xenoid doesn't have that big of a range, so I have to get close to actually kill them. But still, I should gather enough energy to actually start playing the game any moment now, and hopefully have at least a little bit of fun on this awful fucking map. What's actually interesting about this build is that it does so well against Corpus and Grenier, but against the Infested it kind of doesn't work, because Mesa doesn't actually have defense against melee opponents. So my suggestion is, if you run into an infested map, just pull out the Atarax and have your fun. You can always use your 4 as well, but it gets a bit dangerous and you have to constantly keep moving anyway, so I suggest just letting the Atarax roll. It's infested, who gives a fuck. Zone 4 is one tight bitch and pretty tough opponents. Corrupted opponents are always going to be the toughest, I think, because they combine the best units from every faction. Nullifiers, fucking ancient sometimes, grenaders, all that fucking bullshit. So it's always going to be tough. Use whatever means necessary to get it done. They're always going to drain your energy as well, so it's so annoying. My suggestion is to always use Mesa's 3 first, so at least you're immune to fire from bullets and rockets, I think. So it makes yourself safe, then you disarm them with your 2 or jam their guns, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then finally, if you have some extra energy, you turn on your peacekeepers on, regulators on, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and start shooting heads off. Finally, it's time for some fun to happen. This is one of those maps that just fills your heart up with joy. You can stand in the middle and shoot everyone, but of course, as always, you have to first gather up some energy. Mesa is one hungry bitch. So, you want as much energy as possible before you stand in the middle and take fire from every Grenier on the map. But as you can tell, you can very quickly get your energy up and then start rolling and shooting everyone. It's such a fun map to play, one of the best ones out there, especially when you face infested enemies. But even against Grenier, thanks to Mesa's build and thanks to Mesa's abilities, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I'll be honest, when I entered zone 6 and saw every infested and all of them coming at me, I was like, I need just a little bit of energy and I'm about to shoot this entire map. This is the dream for Mesa, every enemy running at you, not hiding behind walls. So all you have to do on this map is just stand in the middle, put your 4 on and start having all the fun in the world. This is what peak Mesa looks like. This is one of the rarest maps. I think I've only seen it a couple of times in Elite Onslaught, but it's a pretty decent map. It's on 2 levels, which is always a bit annoying for Mesa, because you can't really shoot down with your 4, that's one of the more annoying parts of her kit. But thanks to her augment, you can actually move around by rolling so efficiently, and it's still so much fun to play Mesa. This augment literally makes the Warframe worth playing, and without it, I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. welcome to the final map, my favorite map as a vote main. But unfortunately this map sucks for Mesa because there are giant fucking obstacles in the way everywhere you look. So my best advice is either pick to go top or bottom and do your best to not lose too much efficiency. It's really unfortunate how this map is structured for Mesa, but what are you gonna do? Not every map is going to be your favorite, so do your best to survive on this one. It's the final map anyway, who cares? Like, you just need to pull through to get your reward on rotation C, and that's about it. Have your fun, find a safe spot as safe as possible against all these corpus traps, and shoot some heads. So, as I'm sure you could tell, my team wasn't the best. For fuck's sake, we had Excalibur and a Rhino. So this 63% is absolutely unrealistic. If you go up against a Volt, a Sarin, this isn't going to happen. But these kills, like almost 2000 kills for the first 8 maps, is so respectable, like unbelievably respectable. And it's only possible thanks to that awesome augment that lets you move around, have so much mobility, like it's a game changer for Mesa. It basically turns her into a Skynet Terminator hunting drone instead of being a stupid fucking turret that everyone ignores and nukes. So if you want to give Mesa a shot, now is the time. Just make sure you have a team that works well with her. The utility she brings, the damage she brings is so fucking good. If you're tired of playing Vote, if you're tired of playing Sarin, give Mesa a shot. She's a pretty awesome DPS, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks as always for watching. See you on the next one, whatever the fuck that is. Bye.